welcome to today's class. We have very practical energy, so you may be kind of self-reliant, a little bit into yourself and persistent with things, organized, maybe reorganizing, and of course this is really helpful for your work and also for your home, for your personal life. The only thing is that you may be a little overprotective, a little bit like too much of this. So, of course, balance is what is called for, and especially when you notice that someone close to you is reflecting you this back. So just make sure that you don't overdo it. Okay? Yeah. Very curious to see what the guides make of this. This stability creating energy. So on the feet, and we've got the little toes in line with your hip muscle line, little fingers in line with your shoulders. Nose, sternum, navel, pubic bone in line. The sit bones together, and then it's like a big fountain coming out of your head. Ribs together. Navel towards your spine. We relax our knees and elbows, and it's always relaxed. Yeah, okay. So no tension. And if you have stretched knees because of the form of your head, like bow shapes, of your legs, like bow shaped, then really bend them. No problem. Yeah, bend them and think long from your sit bones to your heels. Okay, so I've got my arms hanging loosely by my sides, shoulder blades parallel, and we're good to start with the reaffirmation of the upper arms. So lengthening everything, relaxing the elbows, little fingers towards your thumbs, lengthening everything. So you really think the fountain, and relax. One more time. Thumb, little fingers towards the thumbs, ribs together, everything's long. Everything's long. And release. Okay, other way around, because we're working our way around the arms. So the thumbs towards the little fingers, everything's long. Keep lengthening, ribs together, everything's lengthening continuously, and relax. Always relax, shaking a little bit, three-dimensional, yeah? So thumbs towards the little fingers, everything's long, ribs together, and releasing. Okay, good. So now we're going to the end of the mat. Lengthening, and down we go. Just feel the weight of your head hanging loosely, yes, everything here. And of course, you're not expected to be able to do this. You can bend your legs whenever you need to and put some books or yoga blocks or a chair so you can, you know, comfortably reach everything. Okay, so from here, breathing in through your nose and lengthen your back. Wherever you are, that's fine, yes? And breathe in and lengthening, and again, breathing in and lengthening and releasing. Just have the blood flowing back. Breathing. We're repeating this now, focusing on the middle finger, describing the biggest possible circle, and the arm is just floating in the air, because the idea is that we lengthen and that we're turning the spine, yes, and with it, of course, the head. So always keep focusing on the middle finger. Okay, so here we are again, breathing in and lengthening. lengthening, and now lengthen, and coming back. And breathing in and navel in on the out breath, lengthening, and lengthening, floating down. Breathing in, and lengthen, and lengthening, and on the out breath, and lengthening, and down we go, and relaxing, and having the blood flow down. Okay, yes, and we're also doing the stability exercise, right? You know that if you create stability in your physical body, you create it in physical form, yeah? It addresses the lower back and hips. And then, because it's physical form, it's also as physical form in your life. So, this is really helpful in many aspects. And therefore, they insist on this exercise. So, we're doing it the same way that we did before. So, wherever you were, that's perfect. Make sure you've got your hips parallel to the floor. And then you lift one leg. Yeah, and it can be here, as I was saying before. And you think long through your upper body, center line, yeah, middle line, and the two sides of your body are the parallel lines. And for as long as your visualization efforts make a difference that you can feel, you stay in that position. If not anymore, you change legs. So it can take longer on one side, and that's not a problem, okay? So other side, lengthening, and releasing. Okay, so I would do this normally the same way, lengthening a little bit more, but today I have to, not only today, at the moment I have to do it a little different because of the contraction that I have on the right side. Yes, so it would be actually like this, and I would send energy and hold it, but I need to now just do it a little dynamic and see, make sure that I stay parallel. And lengthening, and lengthening. Wow. Yeah. This is the autonomic nervous system, the relief of the tension, yes. When you move a lot of energy, then this is what you notice. I wish sometimes I had someone correcting me. Anyway, we just check in with the body now. Just checking with the body. Relaxing. Yeah, maybe you want to shake a little bit here. Just shake. Or stretching out. Notice where there is tension. If there is some energy that does not want to go out but in, if there is a little pain somewhere, any weird kind of feeling, okay. Or you like this one as much as I do. Head down, elbows to bellows, and here. Lengthening. Everything's long. And long. Okay. Wow. Okay, we continue. continue with sideways push-ups, they tell me. Okay, let's see how we're guided to do that. Those. Okay, so my shoulders, hips and heels are in one line. To take measure, I always flex my feet, but then I lengthen them. Okay, embracing the upper shoulder blade with the lower arm, and the other one hand is placed close to the shoulder, making sure that your elbow goes into that direction to not tense the shoulder. Now, it's not about coming up, yeah, somehow. It's from sit bones, head lengthening. You can put something underneath, and by the way, here as well, yeah. And then seeing if in this biggest possible circle you can come up, and the biggest possible circle to go down, obviously, and lengthening up and lengthening. Okay, lengthening. Okay, how many are we doing? Six. Okay, and down and lengthening. Take your time to feel what's going on. Yeah, it's always about concentrating on the right muscles, meaning sit bones, navel, center, working, and not tensing anything else. Yeah, lengthening. And one more. Lengthening. Okay. Now I really always need to lengthen after this. You can do that here, and then it's there, or with the arms forwards, and then you're here. Yeah, make sure you're not tensing your wrists. Here, and relax. Okay, now we're changing the position. Middle finger in line with your ear. And of course you can put something underneath, as I mentioned before. Now I'm moving my elbow, so I've got it in touch with my... This is weird, so what is wrong here? Let's see. Okay, so when this hurts, elbow close to your body, so you're not tensing. If there is any tension here, and I have that now, you just look down slightly. You can do that. I will be doing this today, so let's see if that helps me. Lengthening. Let's see if the advice I give to my students helps me. Now, it's not about lifting the leg, it's about lengthening here and here. Yeah? And lower. Breathing in. And lengthening, parallel, and lowering. Okay, now we'll do this again, lengthen, and I'll just turn the entire leg from your hip, and because you're long here, you've got the freedom to do that. Otherwise, you would be going back, yeah? Okay, so lengthening. Always take the measurements, no? Hip, little toes. If you visualize that as your body knows its measurements, it should be working. And then you just let go. Okay, now lengthen the feet and lengthen both legs. And release. And do that one more time. Lengthening. And releasing. Now the third time, it's not lifting. Lifting will be here, no? It's always lengthening, so it's always fountain is the most important thing anyway, and then you've got the freedom in the hip to lengthen the legs. Now, we just walk in the air. Hip wide opened, and don't make big steps. It's about the length. Energy through the head and the legs, and release. Okay, breathing in and lengthening, opening. Now we do a little reaffirmation, together and open, but it's actually lengthening, and then the legs come together. When you're lengthening, they hardly come together. They find it hard.
but they open hip wide automatically, kind of, yeah, lengthening. So just do a couple, notice how it feels, and release. As you're lengthening so much, you don't need to do many. Okay, now, okay, just lengthening again, right? Everyone as you like, you can do it like this or as shown before, lengthening. And if you like, we're now doing a little test for the muscle coordination. If it doesn't work, laugh about it, please. So this is a big circle, and it comes up, or it doesn't, and it's not a problem. Okay, so other side. The shoulders in line with your hips and heels, and just embracing the shoulder and placing the hand here. So not lifting somehow, but lengthening. And I like to lengthen my feet, and if your legs come up, I forgot to tell you, you can sink diagonally into the floor and it will make a difference. Okay. Lengthening, and then see if you can come up. There's always one side that's easier. As you can see, or as you can tell immediately, this is my easier side. So make sure on that easier side to not overtake yourself, but to lengthen and to take it slow so that you can maybe gain some insights for the other side, and then try it, transfer it, lengthening. I think that's number 4, so I've got to do 2 more. Especially when you're new, please don't exaggerate. Always prioritize your intuition over mine. So if your body tells you, no, I want 5 or I want 7, okay. Yeah, but just make sure you do not many, do it fast. It's about the length and the length, and that makes all the difference. Okay, so now we've got stretching either here, and remember you can put something underneath, or here, yes? Okay. Relaxed wrists. Okay, now just changing the position, middle finger in line. Let's see how it is here. Well, I think here I'm okay. Yeah, you can put something underneath. Maybe that's what I should be doing on the other side now at the moment. Okay, making sure your elbow is close to your body and you don't lift your leg, but think of slight flex, of lengthening, It's just energy through your heels, so your toes are fine, yes, they need to be totally relaxed, because we don't want to shorten the tendons, actually, all of them. Lengthening, and think of the line, parallel at first. Okay, now lengthening again, and then turning, lengthening the entire leg. So we need to really lengthen the upper body, and release. And one more time, lengthening and turning. Everything's long, and release. Okay, now lengthen again, both of them, and release. And one more time, lengthening, and release. Now the third time, we lengthen, we separate the legs hip wide, and we walk in the air. Remember, not big steps, but long energy through the heels. No, through the toes in this case. And the head. And release. Okay. Breathing in and lengthening, opening, and now lengthening. Reaffirmation of the inner thighs, but lengthening is the priority. And lengthening through the head, through the toes, everything's long. Everything's long. And long, and release. Okay, good. So what did we have? Yes, we stretched again. So you do it however you want to do it here, yes. And if you want to do the test, you do it. Don't take it too seriously. It's just playing around. Each time you notice that your muscle coordination works for something, it's about finding out how you can challenge it a little bit more. Yes. Okay, just relaxing the back and seeing how we are. I always love this one, but of course, you can do something a little bit softer, gentler, yes, whatever it is. Okay, good. So, right, we're doing the rolling up, rolling down in alignment. Okay, good. So, from here, we've got the little toes in line with your hips and muscle line. And at first I will show you a beginner's version, yeah, well, a newbie's version, maybe you're not a beginner, you're just new here, yes, okay. So, and then one for someone who's a little bit more lengthened, let's say, put it this way, and you can choose not only between those two, but anything that you could imagine in between, yes, it should be working. Okay, so what I do is sit bones, head lengthening, coming up, lengthening, coming up, and now from here, I would grab my thighs. If you need a little bit of support here, you can of course take one hand there, and I slide up my legs, and I still think from my pubic bone all the way up, I think lengthening, and of course also the fountain just keeps going, yeah. So lengthening, I lengthen my legs as much as I can, and I have them bend as much as I need, so that's what I wanted to say. Sit bones, head long. If you can sit straight, fantastic. If you can't yet, no problem. This is what we address first, and then obviously we address the legs, yeah? Or that comes organically anyway, don't even think about it. Elbows closed, head is down, relaxing here. Then you come up again. If you're not sure whether you're straight, just wiggle a little bit on your hip, on your sit bones, and then you know, yes? And then, of course, not rolling down like this or straight, no. It's from your pubic bone. I take my hand away. From the pubic bone to your navel, to trying to continuously zipping it up, yeah, lengthening. And then you notice that it also lengthens your back at some point, yeah. Maybe not straight away, no worries, you're doing fine. It's just the lengthening, continuously lengthening, right? Okay, and then you can start again from here, bending your legs a little bit more, etc. Coming up, coming down, that's it. Okay, so other version, I take my arms behind my head, little fingers in line with the shoulders, lengthening. Now just checking in whether I'm in alignment. Sit bones, head lengthening, never lifting, it's always lengthening, which means I've got my chin slightly into legs and behind. I can put my arms down here, elbows are relaxed, lengthening the legs, really looking out for the little toes being, in my case, in line with the hips. It can also be in line with your muscles, obviously, yes? And then you're here, lengthening your arms, not too high, everything's relaxed. Lengthen, lengthen, keep lengthening until you notice you need to bend. Okay, and then obviously you do. Okay, coming back here, and then same thing, lengthening here, coming back and stretch. Okay, so choose your version, and we do 3 repetitions. Lengthening, of course. You can also choose your speed. Sit bones, head. Don't go too fast. Make sure that it's always continuously lengthening and that you can feel it, because that's what it's about. Relaxing here. The feedback of your body is important. Lengthening and relax. And relax. Of course, you could do this kind of exercise with music, you know, having a lovely background music, of course, sit bones, head. But actually, I've noticed that I like to do it in complete silence, because then I can listen to my body a little bit better. Lengthen and lengthen Sit bones to your head, lower your arms, navel lengthening, 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 lengthening. It may look sometimes as if I'm coming up straight, but I'm not, yeah? And you notice that from inside. You do not necessarily see it. Okay, so when we're here, or when you're here, that's fine. Now, wherever you are, we now lengthen the arm and open. So we've got the longest possible line, yeah? And then you think of an even bigger line and come down. Okay, lengthening. And navel to your spine, coming back and lowering. And again, lengthening. Lengthening here. And keep lengthening. And again, lengthening. And keep lengthening. Sit bones head is what it means, yes. And just lengthen here, wherever you are, and slowly down. And release your back, grab your legs and just relax your back, yeah. Great, I feel very calm now, let me know. Of course, a little bit more. And what else are we doing? A little bit to get centered, they say, right? Right, and they say this is so that we are more centered within ourselves to notice our effect on the others. I hope I can explain myself well with what they're trying to say, so that you have more sense for how your emotions and your words impact the other person. That's what they say. Okay, so let me know, very curious. Okay, so from here, the legs stay like that, and we've got the hands behind our head. Think from your sit bones to the head, coming up, lengthening. Not necessarily very much, very high, yes? It's about the length and the legs to go down and lower. And again, breathing in, sit bones to the head, lengthening and lengthening, coming up. And one more time, breathing in, and navel lengthening, coming down. Okay, now breathing in, sit bones to the head, lengthening, lengthening, and legs up, navel towards the spine, and just let the energy flow through the legs. They can be bent, of course, sit bones heel. Yeah, that line is what we need, that's a priority. Okay, so we're here, and release. Just send the energy through, and you send it obviously through the entire body. Fountain is always ongoing. Okay, so now breathing in and lengthening and lengthening. So from here, we're turning the hips slightly, just slightly. And lengthen. And if you think sit bones heel, sit bones navel, you can do that. That's all it takes. Yeah. If it's smaller than my movement, that's fantastic. No problem. And relax. It's very important that you're not trying to lift your butt. Yeah. No. As it is, that's enough. Okay, so one more. Sit bones to your head, lengthening coming up. Okay, they want us to stretch the legs. Okay, so straight out. You only stretch as far as you can with your navel in. So this will be the maximum. Hip, little toe, or muscle, little toe, and sit bone, heel. and in. And always we're doing a alternating, so you do it as far as you can with your navel in. If this is when your navel gets out, come back, okay? So lengthen, and always go a little slower at the end, because this is what we need to really make our muscles work and not have a negative impact on the knee joints, right? Okay, navel in. So 2 more. Lengthen, and lengthen, and release. Okay, just relaxing. Okay, sit both head, lengthening, coming up, lengthening. Now, continuing, and I'm just looking at the knee. So, the diagonal abs also get a little to do. Lengthening, and lengthening, and lengthening, and lengthening, and I've got 2 more. And lengthening, and lengthening, and release. Okay, just relaxing a bit, ever you need, but we're getting a little more to do, they say. So, from the sit bones to the head, lengthening, coming up, legs up again. And now, same game, yeah, you can bend your legs, and we're lengthening the leg from the center line where they are here. We go into the outer line, little toe, hip, and lowering the leg is not a big deal, but as you come up, this is the lowest point, the lowest possible point, you lengthen your upper body, not so much the leg as well, but especially the upper body, that's the important thing, yes, so lengthening, and keep lengthening, and lengthening, and keep lengthening from the head, and lengthening, and keep lengthening, and we do 4 more. Don't overdo it. If you feel like 4 is enough for you, do that. Yes, go with 4. It's not necessary that you overwork yourself. It's very important to make sure that we get there. Lengthen, and lengthen, 1 more, and okay, and relax. Wow, okay, good, well done. Say the guide, so you do whatever you need to do to finish the class and to feel good. So here's obviously a lot of energy getting out. Interesting. Yes. Okay, so thank you very, very much for being here and for joining me for today's class. And of course, the guides would like to spread the love more, so if you can please subscribe, and also to subscribe to their weekly energy updates, the weather forecast on YouTube, Heike, and there's a daily dose on Instagram at Heike Dance. So thank you very much for sticking it out and for sticking around everywhere. I see you for the next class, and I wish you lots and lots and lots of love.